What I want you to know, I will share with you. What I don't want you to know, I won't share with you. What you want me to know, you will share with me. What you don't want me to know, I will not ask. And that's the basis of privacy. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, to comment on this video, and to subscribe to my channel. Okay, you guys, you will love the content. I cover three main topics. Number one being travel with an emphasis on solo travel. Number two being all things dating. And number three being all things healing, evolving, and becoming the best you. Okay, so today I'm going to cover a topic that I think I covered a long time ago when I first started my channel. But I wanted to make a whole new, updated, brand new, in-depth video covering this topic all over again, because this topic is very important to me. And I feel like a lot of people have lost touch with this and the importance of this because of the day and age that we're living in. Social media, stunting, shining, got so much to prove. You need everyone to know this and look at that. And we're forgetting the importance of what? Privacy. Okay, so as you can see, that's the title of this video, the importance of privacy in your life. Okay, it's literally gold. It can help you to protect your peace. It can help you to protect your blessings. It can help you to really kind of decipher who is meant to be in your life and who isn't, and who has your best interest and who doesn't. It's like, honestly, one of the best things that you can learn to do for yourself in this lifetime. Okay, so let me give you guys a little backstory. So in real life, Peace Jones is a very, very private person. Now, I will say in my younger days, maybe like my early 20s, teens, I was a little bit less private. There were certain things that I always kept to myself, but I felt like amongst my friends and people that I thought I could trust, co-workers in conversation, I would kind of spill the beans here and there, right? You know, typical gossip, typical chit chat, whatever. But then I learned in my mid-20s that I really cannot just be spilling the beans on certain things, right? I learned that number one, a lot of people aren't as happy for you as you may think. I learned number two, people are very conniving and they can, you know, piece things together and kind of like do weird things, right? I also learned that a lot of things that I share simply just isn't anyone else's business, right? Like those things that you share and you just feel like, oh, I'm just chatting. But then you realize like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Like, that's just not anyone's business. I could have just kept that to myself, right? And I learned that when you have new ideas and you have new plans and you're just growing and evolving, sometimes you want to keep those things to yourself, right? You want to let them pan out how they're supposed to pan out. You want to let them manifest how they're supposed to manifest without other people chiming in, giving their suggestions, giving their thoughts, whatever, right? And I also learned the importance in privacy in your friendships and your relationships, right? So I learned to really keep certain things sacred rather than constantly asking for advice, constantly sharing certain things, constantly going back and telling certain things, because at the end of the day, sometimes you want to keep things sacred because you do work those things out and you don't want everyone else to kind of have like a bad image of the person or the situation or what have you, right? So let's get into my 5 different reasons why privacy is important, okay? Number one, you want to protect your blessings, okay? So when I say this, I mean, there's so many different blessings in life that you will receive, all of you, as well as myself, that you just don't want to be just blasting everywhere, posting everywhere, sharing every single little step, you know, telling everyone. Some of those things, no matter how great they are, you want to keep them to yourself, right? If you have just purchased land and you're planning on, you know, building this huge, beautiful home that you've designed yourself. You don't need to tell people that. That is a huge blessing, a great opportunity that everyone may not be afforded in this lifetime. And you just don't need to share that with everyone, in my opinion. Maybe once the house is built, maybe a few years after the house is built, but in the planning process or the initial stages, just keep that blessing to yourself, right? Maybe you've been working hard all your life and you finally got accepted into medical school, right? A beautiful, amazing blessing. But I don't know if you have to share that with everyone, right? Of course, your family and your friends, immediate people that you know really care about you, but all the extended family and all these other people and your coworkers, like maybe you don't necessarily need to share that, right? If you've been single for a really long time and you've met this really, really great guy, no matter how excited your friends may be for you, you may not want to share that. Keep that private, keep that sacred. Let that grow, let that evolve. And then maybe once you guys are in a relationship, you can share. Or maybe once you guys are engaged, you can share. And yes, that may sound like really dramatic, but honestly, and I know from experience, sometimes the people that question the most and keep bugging you and keep wanting information, those are the very same people that don't really have your best interest and they're just trying to keep up. So keep those things private. Protect your blessings. These things were brought to you because you obviously deserved it. You worked hard for it. There's a reason why you're getting these blessings. Protect them just like you would protect your kid, right? When you have children, you want the best for them. You're not going to go out there and tell the world everything wrong with your kid or everything right with your kid. That's your kid. You love them. They have highs and lows. They do great things. They do not so great things, but you protect your kids. You don't go tell the entire world everything that your kid does, right? Keep these blessings as if they are your kid. Keep them sacred. You don't need to tell everyone everything that's going on that you are blessed with, okay? Number 2, ask yourself why you even need to share this, okay? There's been a couple of times where I did this on social media where I kind of was like, okay, let me make this post. Then I'd stop and I'd say, you know what? Who really needs to hear this? Who really needs to know this? Do these people that I haven't seen since high school or college really need to know this? Do my coworkers really need to know this? Does YouTube really need to know this? And it's like, no, they don't. You know what I mean? And I think I've mentioned this in a video previously where I see personally on my feed very often on social media, people that will literally go step by step everything that's going on in their life. For an example, they'll come and they'll tell you in January that they lost their job. They'll come back in March and they'll tell you they got a new job and it's paying however much money. They'll come back in April and they'll say, oh, the job's not going so well anymore. They don't like their supervisor. They'll come back in May and tell you that they left that job. They're going to a better paying job at this place, doing this on this shift. And it goes on and on. And I just feel like, do people really need to know this? Like, I know people use social media differently. I know people, have different levels and ways that they communicate. And I know, some people just want to vent. Maybe some people don't really have friends that, care or ask them things or have family that they can vent to. But I just feel like some things you really have to just sit back and say, hey, do people need to know this, right? I've even had countless moments with some of my friends where I've had to stop before I send that text and say, do they need to know this? Before I make that call and say, do they need to know this? Because quite frankly, in my friendships, I tell different people different things, right? If you have already shown me that either you don't care or you aren't as interested as I would like you to be, or maybe you can't even meet me at that level based on your experience or your knowledge or your empathetic ability or your understanding, I'm probably not going to share certain things with you because it's only going to frustrate me that you don't understand or you don't care. And it's only going to probably frustrate you that I either react in a certain way that you don't like, or you just don't care what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like neither here or there for you, right? So I talk to different friends about different things. I do not share the same information with certain people. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, I've had many times where I'm like, hold up, this is my friend for really in-depth, good conversation about like career moves, right? This is my friend for conversation about dating. Let me not tell her this because this isn't really the conversations that we have. I don't really know how she's going to respond. If I don't get a response that I really love, how is that going to make me feel? So you guys just really think, is this information that you're about to share necessary to be shared on this platform with this person, or does it even need to come out of your mouth at all? Sometimes that stuff can just stay in your head. It can go into a journal. It can go into prayer, but it just doesn't need to be shared with another person, okay? Number 3, people can only meet you where they are. Oh my gosh. This has been my life, okay? So I would like to think I'm a pretty wise person. Being that I'm only 29, I think that I have a lot of wisdom under my belt, a lot of experience under my belt, and a lot of knowledge under my belt. I think I'm intelligent. I think that I'm pretty alert and aware. And because of this, I sometimes tend to not have as many people as I would like that understand things the way that I do. I hope that made sense, right? So obviously I'm young, I'm in my 20s, right? A lot of people in their 20s, they haven't done that self-work. They haven't done much self-searching or soul searching. A lot of people are just kind of still free out there living, figuring it out. Me, on the other hand, I've done a lot of that at a young age. People have always told me I'm mature for my age. Literally since I was a teenager, people have told me I'm mature for my age. Now, part of that can be attributed to the fact that I was raised by my grandmother. So, I just naturally may have had that like older wisdom, elderly type of mindset or whatever, right? But another part of it is just that I think I'm intelligent, I'm wise, and I'm big on self-improvement, debunking things, dismantling things, figuring out what I did wrong in the situation, how I can improve, how this works, what this was. Like, I'm big on just like analyzing things, analyzing friendships, relationships, and myself, right? So with all of that, I feel like I'm a very like intellectual, like wise, beyond my years type of person. So a lot of things that I understand and the conversations that I can have, sometimes the people that I talk to within my age group cannot, right? And so if I'm coming to you and I'm sharing this one situation or this one experience or this one thing that I'm struggling with, and you are totally not on that wave, you don't know what I'm talking about, you can't relate to it. Not only can you not relate to it, but you can't show me empathy towards it. You can't show me sympathy. You can't stop and try and understand. It's just very like basic responses, kind of almost like brushing me off, or kind of like just like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, or oh, that's great, after I've just like spilled these beans on like this huge career move that I'm trying to make, and I want some really good insight, or maybe I'm learning to invest and I'm talking about this and that, and I'm wondering like why Black parents don't always teach their kids this about finances, and I'm just going in, because I like deep, good conversation. I'm not a surface level person. I don't want to talk about Cardi B. I don't want to talk about like the next Brazilian butt lift trend or what wig is the cutest. I want to talk about real life stuff, and I find myself really getting, wrapped up in these conversations. And sometimes people, they can only meet you where they are, or to the extent that they can offer something whether it be wisdom, intelligence, empathy, understanding, whatever, right? And so I had to realize, like, okay, I can't keep trying to vent to people or trying to share things with people when they don't know what the hell I'm talking about or what to say back. They can't interpret it. They can't understand it. They're not absorbing it. So that's a total waste of whatever you're sharing, right? Keep it private. If you are seeking advice on what marriage is like and you want to become a wife and you're talking to someone who maybe is a wife but just seems to not be able to give you advice, that's a waste of you even sharing or divulging these things with people that are kind of sacred and personal to you, right? Or if you're coming to someone and you're talking about like maybe some illness or disease that you contracted and you're a little bit embarrassed about it and you're hoping that because of their medical background, they can help you, you're expressing and divulging things that are very personal and private with someone who really can't meet you where you're at, who really can't give you what you desire. And sometimes, like a lot of times actually, people don't even have the empathy to give, right? So for me, if I don't understand what you're talking about, or I can't relate, or I've never been there or experienced it, at least I will send you away with my love, with my empathy, caring thoughts, positive wishes. I won't just be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I can't relate. Oh, I don't know. You got to ask someone else. But a lot of people do that. And it can leave you feeling like really empty, really hurt, and just like misunderstood. And I think that's why a lot of people just don't open up anymore, because they continuously get responses like this, right? So protect that aspect as well. Remember, before you share something private and personal to you, remember who you're talking to. Make sure this person, you already know, you've already had discussions with them, and you know their level of intellect, their level of wisdom, their level of understanding, and what they can contribute to the conversation versus what you're expecting or what you need, okay? Okay, number 4. Block negativity, all right? This is huge. I'm sorry, you guys can call me crazy. You can call me whatever you want. A lot of people say what's meant for you is meant for you and it cannot miss you. And that may be true. But me, personally, I believe that there is so much value in keeping quiet about your plans, your goals, and your blessings and things that you know are coming your way, okay? I do that. I don't care who gets mad. I don't care who feels left out. If I know that I am on my way to doing something big, I protect that. I have to protect that from negativity. And unfortunately, recently, I went back on that, and what do you know? The plan failed, okay? I told way too many people that I thought were happy for me, and the plan failed, okay? Keep your mouth shut. Zip those lips and throw away the key, okay? Like, seriously, you guys, I can't stress this enough. When you tell people good things or plans or ideas, you have a lot of people out there that you think are rooting for you that are not. I'm talking about your friends and your family. Do not think that you can trust people with your ideas. You plan on inventing something, keep that to yourself. Keep it to yourself, go invent it, get it patented, and then people will see, okay? If you just got a great brand deal working with Nike, keep that to yourself until you get the money and you do your first gig or whatever, right? If you have finally found love, keep that to yourself until it's secure, set in stone, and solid. People do not always want to see you doing well, especially when they have already had you in a certain place in their head. Oh, Marsha's been like this for years. Marsha's been struggling since I've known her. Marsha is probably going to be like this forever. And then Marsha glows up. Marsha gets promoted. Marsha's doing her thing. It's hard for people to take you out of that spot in their head. So therefore, naturally, they kind of start hating, right? Not only that, then you have people that aren't really happy in their situations. They push that negativity onto you. You have jealousy, you have competition, you have envy, you have people that just are not always happy for you. And you have people that know people that are not happy for you, okay? Protect it. Protect your blessings. Protect your privacy. Do not allow that negativity to come close to you. And a lot of people will say to me, oh, dang, where are you traveling next? Or what are you doing next? Or what's your next goal? Or what's your next plan? I'm not telling you all that. Why would I tell anyone my next goal or my next plan for positive things that I want to happen in my life? You'll see it. You know it's coming. You'll see it once it all comes into fruition. But I'm not going to tell you what I'm working on, what I'm planning on doing, where I'm going, how I'm doing it, what's on the agenda. No, I'm going to focus on my plate and I'm going to do me. You focus on your plate and you do you. And when both of our plans come into fruition, we'll be there to clap for each other, celebrate one another, and that's that, right? And one thing that I notice is the same people that don't tell you anything are the same people that are always asking about your stuff, right? Like, I've had people constantly ask about dating because you guys know, like, my dating struggles, right? So I've had people constantly checking in. And I get it to a certain extent, but it's like, you don't ever divulge your dating stuff to me. You don't ever share anything about your relationship with me. So why do you keep on checking in about my dating? And it's not just surface stuff. It's like really like, well, what happened then? Well, what about this person? Well, you should go here. Well, what about this? Well, try this. And it's just like, okay, sis, what's going on over there? Cause you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but yeah, the same people that will constantly check in, and that's what it is, it's checking in. The same people that will constantly check in on you are the same people that don't want to give you a little inch or scrape of what's going on in their life. Not that you care, because see, me, look, this is how I operate. If you do not tell me, I'm not going to ask you. And I don't want to say it's because I don't care, because obviously I care for you. But I don't care to tap into stuff that isn't being shared with me. I think that's a little bit strange, and I feel like it's a little bit intrusive, right? As an adult, maybe when we were kids, we didn't know better, and it's just like, oh, what does your mom do for a job? Or, oh, what are you guys eating for dinner? Or, oh, how come your dad is bald? But now we're adults. Like, if someone doesn't actively come out and share something with you, it's because they probably don't care to share it, whether it be good or bad, right? And I think that like the constant checkups and, well, what are you doing now? Well, where are you working now? Well, how much are you making? Well, how much was your house? Well, I remember when you were talking to so-and-so, what actually happened with you guys? Like, give me a breakdown. Like, why did you guys break up? Who's he dating now? Oh, how old? Like, bruh. Like, the same people doing that are the same people that if you really stop and think, you don't know nothing about them. Nothing. But they want to know everything about you, and that's super weird, okay? And last but not least is safety reasons. Oh, I bet you guys did not think about that one, huh? Yes. Privacy protects you and your safety. Nowadays, with things like Google, other search engines, all different social media platforms, hackers, scammers, and everything else, weird people, You can literally find out so much about someone just because they overshare on social media. One thing about me, I love a private account, okay? People are so against that now because they're like, oh, it prevents you from growing. Oh, you're stunting your growth. You can't get into the algorithm. You're preventing yourself from blowing up. I don't care. I don't care. Like, especially for my content creators that actually have like 9 to 5s. We can't be out here just free for all. Public, 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 public. All your information is public. No. That's not how it works. Now, for my full-time content creators that don't have a boss, don't work for an organization, don't got to clock into a 9 to 5, maybe that's a different story. But even then, I just feel like there's so many crazy people out here. You always want to protect yourself. You always want to be very aware of what you are posting. First of all, let's talk about how so many celebrities and influencers have been canceled because somebody went back 12 years and found some derogatory comment that they were posting and literally tried to ruin their career, right? Let's also talk about how a simple YouTube video where maybe you're recording a day in your life and you happen to show the dumpster in the corner in the back of your garage in your apartment building, and someone pieces that together and now they know where you live. And now they're being weird. Now they're like sending threats or stupid stuff like that, right? This stuff happens every day, and it's because people do not protect their privacy. A lot of people, it slips their mind. They forget that this is going on a platform where so many people can see it. They forget there's so many crazy people out here. Or sometimes I think it comes along with being boastful, wanting to brag, feeling like, oh, I gotta share this, even if it's including my address in the little corner in the small print. Or, oh, I have to share this, even though it's showing clear as day my mom's address outside of her house, right? Like, you have to be careful. Do not let a post or a deal or a video impact you in such a manner that it compromises your safety. Don't do that, okay? Always double check, backtrack, like make sure you are covering yourself. Use different names, use aliases, don't tell people where you're from. Don't tell people if you're still in college, what school you go to. Like, be very, very careful because you'd be surprised how much you drop in each video and people just, okay, she says she lives there. This is her name. Her real name. She gave us her boyfriend's name. I saw her address on that last video that she posted, even though she thought she moved the camera really quick. We know her parents' name. Like, people can literally put so much together and find out whatever they want to know. And people are crazy, you guys. So that is my final bit of information on the 5 different reasons why privacy is important. Okay, you guys, literally everyone does not need to know everything. A private life is a happy life. It's a peaceful life. You don't have to keep wondering who's against you or who's plotting on you or who has bad intentions, because you didn't share that with everyone, right? You don't have to worry about negativity affecting your plans and goals because you didn't share that with everyone, right? You don't have to worry about someone stalking you because you didn't share certain information, all right? Just remember that as much as sometimes we want to share, as much as we get excited, as much as we feel like all of our friends and family just care for us so much and they have our best interests, please, please, please remember that there's so many blessings in this lifetime that you're going to receive, and you have to protect those blessings. They are not meant for everyone to see. They are not meant for everyone to know, and they are not meant for everyone to experience. That's why they are personal to you, and that's why you got these blessings. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Don't worry about hurting other people's feelings because you didn't tell them. I've had people say things to me too, like, well, I thought you would have told me, or how come you didn't say this? this, or the last time I checked in with you, you said this, now you went and did this. I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you, but this is my life. These are my plans. These are my goals. If you're truly happy for me and you truly love me, you will celebrate me anyway, whether I told you or not, whether I kept you updated or not. But I'm sorry. You guys know when I record these videos, I'm either speaking to myself, because like I said, I learn, grow, and heal with you guys, or I'm speaking to you based on my experience. And there's been one too many times, like I said, even as of recently, where I thought I was talking to people that truly cared, that wanted the best for me, that were excited for me. And then weird things happen, and I could clearly tell, I told that person I don't usually tell. I told one too many people. And I just feel that negativity can really ruin blessings. And I believe that's happened to me multiple times. So now, even more than ever, I zip these lips and I let whatever is meant for me come into fruition first, and then you will know. Then you will see, then you will be let in. But until then, I like to keep a lot of things private because it's meant for me. You have what's meant for you. And that's that. All right, you guys. So I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys could take away some really good tips from this video. Comment below. Let me know, are you a private person or do you share a lot? Do you feel like what's meant for you is meant for you? Nothing can touch it. If it goes wrong, then it obviously wasn't for you. Do you guys think you overshare? Do you guys post certain things on social media? Have you ever asked yourself why you shared certain things? Have you ever regretted sharing certain things? Let me know, all right? And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.